Hi everybody, welcome to Binary Beast. So in this series, we are having a chat with the students of top universities of Canada. In this session, we will be having Lulan. So she's a machine learning student at McGill University. I'll attach her LinkedIn description in the description as well. So we will be asking her some similar questions that every master aspirant student has. That how's life at McGill, or let's say that what's the job opportunities, and first of all, what did you do so that you got accepted in such a prestigious universities. So that's it. I'll see you at the end of the video, and please let me know in the comments if you have any other questions that I shall ask any other student from whatever universities that you may like. So that's it. Here we go. Record. Yeah. So hi everybody. Welcome to Binary Beast. So today we have with us Lulan. So she's a machine learning student at McGill University. So welcome, Lulan, and thank you so much. Yes, and thank you so much for sparing your time and joining in this call. So before we move forward, can you please introduce yourself? Like, where did you complete your bachelor's from, and did you have any job experience before applying in this universities?
Uh-huh. Yeah, my name is Luan Shen, and I've completed my bachelor degree in electrical engineering in McGill University in Canada. And then I moved to United Kingdom to study my master degree in University of Oxford in math and computing.
Okay, that's
Um,
nice.
yeah, thanks. After graduation, I worked for industry. I worked for Bosch Automotive as a system engineer in the beginning, and then I promoted to function developer. Overall, I worked for almost 3 years in Bosch.
Oh,
Yes, I really like Bosch. So if someone is really interesting in engineering, automotive, feel free to ask any question related.
okay.
After work, I realized like machine learning is so popular nowadays. So
Yeah.
I came back to McGill again to as a master student in electrical engineering, but specialized in machine learning. So I just completed my first semester in McGill so far.
Okay, so how's it? In Canada, McGill is considered as one of the top universities.
Right.
So yeah, so how's your experience? In first sem completed in McGill. So is it
I think it's
like, yeah,
Yeah, I really like McGill. That's why I chose to come back to McGill. You could
okay,
tell. And McGill is one of the best university in Canada, even in North America.
okay,
I think McGill has the highest reputation, like the best reputation in Canada, which like North America considered. That's
okay,
why I choose McGill instead of University of Toronto as for 3 times, let's say.
okay,
Um,
okay.
and McGill was very, very good, not just because it's academic, but also because it's location
Hmm.
in the French zone. So it's very friendly for people who speak French. So Montreal is actually one of the city considered officially French speaking, not English speaking. Um,
Okay.
and it's very open to people with different culture. There are many Indians, Chinese. So it's very friendly. So I guess and overall, like for the professors, they are very good. They really cares about student as well, and you have many hands-on projects, especially in engineering in McGill. It's very like it's how would you say
It's
it,
very more like industrial. It's not more of a theoretical, but students get to learn a lot from industry as well as theory. I think that,
um I I know what you mean. It's like be a bit careful for this part, like because if I would say McGill is one of the university really pay attention to internship or co-op experience. The students from University of Waterloo might think it's not true. Um, but I won't say it's so theoretical, McGill. It's still very practical, but we
Okay.
can't think we are the best practical or best like skill focusing for the job experience. I won't say so, but you can find your needs in McGill. If you want to
Okay.
focus on something practical, you can sure I'm so sure you can find it. If you want to find something like really theoretical, even for comp science students, some people doing really theoretical research. So I would say like you can find anything you want in McGill. It won't
Okay.
be that for you. It can match for different needs.
Okay. So you are enrolled in the co-op program, right? Means you have your internships during your break. It's not like a thesis based or something, right?
Yes. Let's say because I just finished my first semester and
Okay.
19
Yeah, it's
affecting
a it's a pandemic situation.
exactly. So the plan is changed a little bit. For thesis students, you have to do the research during the summer. You are considered as a full-time student. So
Okay.
basically, you won't have much experience for doing an internship, especially I
Okay.
think no one allows you to do. But if you are a non-thesis student,
Hmm.
I think you could do an internship during summer.
That's
If
nice. That's nice.
But for like for bachelor students, for sure, people are doing so many internships. You can take
Okay.
a gap year, or you can take 1 or 2 semester off, depends on how long
Hmm.
is your internship program. So your
Okay.
school are so free. You can choose whatever you want. Feel free to get.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, I had one talk with one of my seniors. Like, I'll be joining Alberta, so I had my first session with the one who is studying there. So he's, my buddy. So they have this program in which they introduce yourself to a buddy. So that will be a point of contact. So
Yeah.
I had a chat with him, and he told that, uh, during your breaks, whichever internship that you prefer, it's high chances that you'll convert that to an FTE position, means like a full-time employee. So
Mhm.
that's why I think students mostly prefer to do internships in one of, like, the leading companies, so that at the end or gradually they might convert this to a job.
I would like to say like it's much easier for you to get in as an intern student, and then it's gonna be easier for you to have a return offer, especially for
Yes.
those companies. It's very it's one of the top companies. Like they really like to take the intern students because they don't have to train you again.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So that was, that was the common route that most students here also in India also they prefer that. I like talking about me. That so I was also an intern in Thomson Reuters. It's a Toronto-based company. So I was an intern, and finally they gave me an offer also. So it was like in this in this situation where my admission got deferred, I got a job as well for a few time, I think. So that's how it should be. Like. Get a good internship and then convert it to an full-time job. So I think,
Yes,
yeah, yes,
I
and
think it
yeah,
applied to everywhere. Think
yeah,
about
yeah,
employee things, right? For intern students, they probably have very strong background as well, but they trained you already during the internship. If you really your performance is wonderful, they will like to take you back for sure.
yes,
They have a lower risk, right? They don't have to take a take higher risk to train another person who might not have that good performance as you. So yeah, it's always the easier way to do as an internship. Um, but it's just a bit hard for a thesis-based master student because they should do a full-time study instead of finding an internship.
yeah,
That's why.
yeah. That's true. That's true. Seriously, that's true. Uh, and Leland, like I want to ask one more question. That McGill is considered to be one of the most competitive, especially in the computer branch. So yeah, so in including me, I've also faced rejection. So I just wanted to ask that yeah, so apart from the statement of purpose that you might have prepared for submitting your application and your resume, so which are some of the important points that you highlighted Okay, I saw your LinkedIn and it was like well organized. There were many projects, there were many papers that you have written, and you have awesome experience. So
Yeah,
yeah, I think that thing I think counts the most while you are applying in this universities. So what do you like? What is your take on this? That which are some points that you thought that this would be most crucial for getting me here?
I understand. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like for most of the candidates, they are very strong. They have a strong background. They probably have done lots of projects, but how are you gonna demonstrate yourself? That's one of the very important skills as well, especially during the school academic application. Um, I think the first thing is like you have to think about what the what type of skills they are looking for.
Okay.
Me as example, like I was applying for engineering program, so for sure they really pay attention to your academic background, your scores,
Hmm.
your GPA, but this is something they can see from your transcript. So this might not be something you have to highly like emphasize in your personal statement because they can tell.
Okay.
But you have other experience like projects, so you should take some projects which can highlight your skills, which are needed for the program. Like for my examples, your computing skills, your maybe your leadership, like
Hmm.
because engineering they're all group projects, right? So how you demonstrate your leadership, as long as your communication skills, something. So take one very important project. The project might be maybe hard in academic area, but also hard to be organized, hard to gather everybody's idea. So like take an enhanced project, which can show as much as they want to see.
Okay.
And also, if you have the industry background, it's a strong plus, but it really depends. Because if you are a student just graduate from a bachelor degree, I would say you don't have much experience. So
Yeah.
in this case, you probably need to focus more in your academic projects. And if you have a really high GPA attached to it, I would just say you have very high possibility to getting because you literally don't have much to demonstrate yourself for
That
most
does
of the.
not get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a high GPA, but still I got rejected.
Yeah, but you need to see projects because GPA,
Yeah.
as a from the transcript for sure, you need to see your, especially your research experience, I would to say, because you're
Hmm.
applying to this program, right? You need to
Yes.
demonstrate your research skills. So I guess you had some projects with your previous supervisor, how they think about you. This gonna be illustrated in their recommendation letter, but you can still emphasize the research experience.
Okay.
That's one. But for some students, they might have couple year work experience, right?
Hmm.
In that case, GPA is not as important
Yes.
as for those like fresh graduates. It's, but your performance in your work is very important at this moment. So you would like to say how you stand out, how you complete a very tough program project, how
Hmm.
people recognize you as a very good group member,
Okay.
co-worker, or as a very good leader. That's all one point. But you need to think about which is the strongest point. Maybe let's say you are a very you always insist on doing something even though it's tough. Like you never give up. For example,
Okay.
that's one thing you want to emphasize. Then you can. I have a friend who got into Harvard. He just write how he lose weight as a personal statement, and he got it. So it's like you have to say people has really different personalities,
Okay.
but you might have a very strong point related to one part. So you should emphasize that part. That's my opinion.
That's a
Because
really nice point.
yes, because you imagine for all other candidates, they might have similar GPA, similar
Yes.
projects, similar as you. So how are you gonna like write yourself, like market yourself, promote yourself with
Yes.
something special to different candidates? That's
Hmm.
what I. say, and also after you like finish your personal statement, read through it again and again for so many times, and ask yourself if you're the recruiter, whether you will be admitted, like whether you can see thinking the different way, right?
Yeah,
If
think the
you think
opposite side of your thing. Yeah,
if you think this student is good, but there are 80% of students doing the same thing as him, why should I pick up you, right?
hmm.
So thinking a different way, you have to find at least one, two um, strongness of yourself, and then promote it based on that. Don't do repetitive work. That's what
Okay.
I. If I can find during your transcript, during your whatever recommendation, you don't have to write it as a personal statement anymore. So
Yeah,
just
yeah.
write something else.
Definite. No doubt you are in McGill. I think
No,
I
I
think
was
that you. Yeah.
yes. I worked as a consultant company for the editor and a consultant for students major and university. My first student got into University of Oxford as well.
Okay.
First time like I saw her personal statement, I would like to say there's nothing stand out.
Okay.
That's why you need to take some people's opinion as well, to ask for someone who is experienced and to see how you're gonna modify your part. This is just the way how you're gonna market and promote yourself. This
Sure.
is one of the very important skills, not just in school but also in your later work in your industry as well, because sometimes people are having similar skills, but
Yes. What makes you different? Sure.
exactly, exactly.
I
I
got it.
hope it.
Uh, sure, Lilan. So I think the viewers might also get the point that if you want to, get accepted, even if it's a trivial matter, as you told that, one of your friend wrote about losing his or her weight, and got in Harvard. So, that's what the point is. It does not matter that how out of direction it is, but if it's showing some of your good quality, then you must focus, like you must keep it in the main point, so that
Exactly.
the one who is reviewing it might just
Yeah,
think twice, and your impression will be long lasting. He will remember
exactly.
you. Yeah, so definitely
Yes,
nice point.
something it can be applied for your academic field. Remember
Yes,
something you want to see, but you should like magnify it.
yes. Yeah, yeah, sure, Lulan. So like in your current life, like the courses that you have taken in your first semester,
Mhm.
so did you do any projects somewhat in the field of machine learning, as you mentioned in your LinkedIn profile as well? So
Yes, I didn't update my machine learning projects yet. um, yes, I last semester I took two courses and also doing research. One is the machine learning for engineers,
okay.
like one key course in school, and the other one is optimization and optimal control.
Okay.
We have four projects for machine learning. Basically, was focusing in classification problems,
Okay.
using some supervised learning to do. One of that is to do the movie sentiment analysis, and
Okay,
also
using
the
NLP. Yeah.
yes,
uh
uh,
yeah.
and also image analysis, and other two as well. It's very intensive course. It includes two Kaggle competition as well, and
Nice.
for each project you have to like finish a bunch of code and then write a conferences format report paper. Um, it's very hands-on intensive. I think it's a very good course. I encourage like any student who's interested in machine learning, you have to
Mm-hmm.
take one. It has give you a broad introduction about supervised and non-supervised learning. um, I highly recommend it, but you
Okay.
probably sleep that much if you're taking that course. And optimization, I would say, is one of the useful tool for machine learning.
Okay.
You're gonna use it everywhere, right?
Yes, yes,
Especially
yeah.
engineering courses. So that's one of the important tools. It's your skills, so you have to know it as well. So that's one of the mandatory courses I think students need to take as well.
Okay.
Um, it's very useful. In this case, I would say it's very practical courses. That's my recommendation. But there are some other fields as well, like computer vision or natural language processing. I haven't taken those courses yet, so I'm not sure how this is going to be benefit to students, but I'm pretty sure because it's a very popular area already, it
Mm-hmm.
has job market in computer vision, language processing. Um, yeah, so
Yeah,
if someone wants to work in this industry, you definitely need to have one of those skills.
yeah, sure. And just for just as I had this question that is reinforcement learning also in the curriculum of your masters?
Yes, but the course gonna be in next winter. Next winter, I will take deep learning and reinforcement learning. Um,
Okay.
I think for McGill, it's like for business students, you only need to take 5 or 6 courses. But for me, because degree is not my purpose, I want to take
Okay.
courses I'm interested in. So I will do those courses. So I will take more courses compared to others. But
Nice. That
yeah, that's
that's how
very
yeah that's how you should be. Like, if you're going there, then why to limit yourself with the number of course? If you are interested, then just take it.
yeah. But some professor might not like it because you need time for research as well, right?
Okay,
If you
okay.
think more about it, I'm gonna say like for graduate study, the course much intensive,
Okay.
so you might not have that much time to do everything you want. You have to pick up some.
Definitely. So, yeah, but like even though you have such a busy schedule, uh, just like out of a track question, but are there any extracurricular or let's say fun activities that are organized in McGill so that you have to balance your life? Even you are working so hard, you need to enjoy, you need to relax. So,
Yeah.
just if you could share a few things with us as well.
Yes. Montreal is a bit different because it's snowing for more than half a year. So I would like to say for the activities in Montreal, most of them I would do is for winter sports. So
Okay.
if you're a person really likes winter, like ski, skating, it's a wonderful place for you.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can only choose the indoor activity. It might not be that excited for some students not really like winter.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, except besides the sports, you can also do some what to say clubbing or anything, or for academic conferences or um, just short chat or weekly meeting with friends as well. That's all of your activity. But in winter, I would say you have to find out some activities for yourself.
Okay.
Yes, or you can do outdoor activities.
So you are more like a winter person. So you enjoy the activities of yes. I
Yes,
think
I
I
like
think
future
yeah.
activities, and I am the person who really like traveling. I
Okay.
traveled to more than 30 countries already. I haven't been to India
Please
because
visit.
I want to visit my friends as well in India. It might be safer for me, and also like I want to travel with friends as well. So
Okay.
India is definitely on my list. um, but the summer in Canada is wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
It's not restricted to only winter sports, so you can travel around Canada. Like we have so many national parks, gonna exciting you. As long as COVID-19 disappears, we can go wherever we want.
It's
Yeah,
gonna take some time, but especially my batch, like the ones who are about to join in September 2020, they are already in. They have this fear in their mind that what if this COVID will not disappear in Jan intake as well, because they might have to defer again, and
Yes,
universities might not offer defer. They might just suggest that go for online, and that's not what actually I'm not inclined of taking the online classes. I would prefer going offline, just interacting with the professors, and that would be much more beneficial instead of
yes.
just taking online lectures. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I totally agree with you. I really like in-class courses.
Yes.
Well, for some of the majors, they may not affect that much. I would say like
Okay.
even for ourselves, it's not affecting that much, but just for personal interest, right? We like to have more interaction with professors or your
Yes,
classmates,
yes, sure.
especially if you have some projects going on. I would just say it's easier to grab person in person instead of just trying to grab them online. It's always going to
Yes.
be tough for you, and it's much easier to have some networks just in person. Yes, and you can reach more school resources. I would just say easier. I won't say like school won't open those resources, but it's gonna
Okay.
be easier for you just to visit the site. So it's gonna be tough. I hope school can reopen next year. Otherwise,
Hopefully.
affecting affecting a lot of people because you said like not every school is giving the differential option. Hopefully, let's
Yes.
hope that.
Let's hope. That's the only thing that we can do for now.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. That's the last question, Lila, and I hope I'm not, taking much of your time. So,
Right.
yeah, so like the main question is like, if you are a McGill pass out, and let's say that if you want to apply for some jobs, let's say the machine learning jobs you want to apply, then in your province, that's in Montreal. So what can be the average package? Like, and means like, does everyone get a job in your like? Are there enough job opportunities? How's the IT sector in the
It,
Montreal only? Yeah,
this is a tough question, and also it might be biased.
then
I
not
would,
a problem.
from my experience, to say
Okay,
it won't be a problem to find a job for engineering students.
okay.
What to say, if you work hard, if you a great student, you
Hmm.
would definitely get a job. If you really want to find one, absolutely you need to pay some effort in uh,
Yes,
the job because this is it's not just one-way matching, right? It's a two-way
yes.
matching.
It's
Uh,
yeah, definitely.
yes, and also it has some luck as well, but just keep finding it. You definitely will find a job if you don't give up, and
Okay.
especially Canada welcome international students or workers to work in
Hmm.
Canada. It's a very open country. And also for engineering student or CS or math science student, like they are very welcome those type of students, skilled
Okay.
workers. So don't worry, the job market is always there. Uh,
Yeah,
you can definitely find it. And but how well is the job? This might be a bit tough for people. To different people have different standards.
definitely.
Yes, I would say the average package. It's very depends on the company, right?
Okay.
Um, my suggestion would like just look for the salary or the package in Glassdoor. You can find this is gonna be more accurate.
Yeah, that I mean,
Accurate
it was
rate.
like it was in the range of 70 to 80K, but I wanted to know like if that's true or not, because Glassdoor usually has a wide range, so that's what I was concerned. It's okay though. It's okay. I think yeah, the answer can change according to the province as well.
Yes. I would just say if you work for a software developer, it's true. It's about this range.
Okay.
You may depends, right? If it's not really a big company, it may not be that high in the beginning, but you can definitely get it within 2 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah. That's yeah.
So
Means like.
that's
Hmm.
yeah, you can look for it because and also how you're gonna negotiate your package, of course, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I think like you have very uh, good opportunities to promote yourself later on as well.
Okay.
So as long as you stay in the industry you want, I think that's fine. The more important is how you're gonna gain your experience throughout this job. How
Okay.
it depends on really someone is trying to find a high salary in the beginning, but someone wants to find a really good platform so you can gain more experiences. Like what I would say, like if you're doing really well in some big company, the big name, some of them may not have really high salary in the beginning. That's you can think about it. That's why because they are very organized. They have very good developer procedure. Everyone who has good background, they can do it. So why should I pay you that much in the beginning, right? But
Right, right.
because providing you something other than money, like really good platform, very good training process, it's very easy for you to double your salary after 2 3 years. So
Definitely.
for
Yeah.
that, that's what I say. Like, but if you are working for some other company, they may not have that good developer process. You may not be that. You may not have that much opportunities later on. So this
Mm-hmm.
is like how you want your career to be. So even though like mm, this is a very common problem for all the students, even though like for your first job it's not that high, it has some luck as well, as we'll say. Some company you may not know it, they give it very good package in the beginning. You never know, right?
Yes.
How you So I think you need to find the company's culture and their developer, like their like the training program, something like that. So you could see how you're gonna learn in the 3 years, in the future 3 years.
Definitely.
And
I think yeah, that's like a start. Yeah.
yes, don't worry about it. As long as it has a good start, you can do it. As long as you're always working hard, you can find a way out.
Definitely. That's what, yeah, that's what the thinking is like, and just like I think I was told to ask this question. This question was also from one of the students of currently who has also got admitted in McGill. So he wanted me to ask that, in he's also from India. So this was just his question. Like in Indian colleges, what happens is that for the final year students, companies usually visit the campus and they recruit the final year students for jobs. So is there somewhat similar concept in McGill also, or is it just, on the basis of networking?
We McGill always has career fair. This is
Okay.
exactly what you said. The company gonna come over and have a. It's about like 2 days events, 2 3 days, and you can just connecting with them and gonna be much easier for the recruitment process. McGill definitely has that, but I'm not sure the company they are looking for whether it's gonna come or not. But everything becomes online now.
Yeah.
Pandemic, I think this is
Nothing
not
sure yet. Yeah.
yes, this is not
Nothing sure.
happening as much as before now because before it's different. You can
Yes.
talk to
Yes.
the worker in there. Yeah, this definitely helps. So if the career fair is opening again, I recommend every student definitely go there because
Okay.
you're gonna see other people and talk to the workers in the company directly.
Okay.
So you have a general idea, like what type of candidate they are looking for. And you can have a general idea, let's say, how good are you in this year's job market. So this is definitely something you really should go and communicate with them and promote
Definitely.
because everything needs practice.
Practice.
One
Yes.
is not doing anything in the beginning. So you can practice how to talk with them, like how to persuade them, how to promote yourself in front of them. This is everything like people should do. But
Definitely.
becoming online, I'm not sure. But I would suggest like nowadays like I saw many events online and people are very shy to ask.
Okay.
For me, my English is not as good as many students. I have that tough period as well. I'm very shy to ask. But for nowadays, like no one is caring how bad your speaking is. But as
Yes,
long as you're willing to ask and ask good questions, smart questions, and you can still impress them.
definitely. That's,
Especially for
yeah.
engineering science students, we are more focusing in skills. But for some like finance or management students, you probably
You
need
need to be good in the body language. You need to be
yeah.
good at talking. But in engineering field, it's just skills. If you are good at your work, no one even matters that even if you speak English or not.
It's always a plus.
Yes.
Every that's gonna be a plus. Every
Sure.
employee wants to find the best candidate, but different people has different emphasis, right?
Sure, sure, sure. Uh,
This is why it's always good to talk with the employer. Always good to talk with them to find which part they really focus on, and this is gonna be much easier for you to get a job.
yeah, and like currently, you have completed the first year. So, what are the skills that the employers might be looking in their future interns or something? So, uh, which are the skills that students should develop from the first year itself? So, if they want to land a job, so is it just practice DSA like in bachelors? Like what we used to do is that in our hostel rooms we used to just code in a competitive programming and dream of having a big company in hand. That's what a common route is. Just code day and night, bunk the lectures, and get ready for the interviews. So is the same for masters as well, that you need to just code the data structure algorithms and or any other
It's a
skills?
very good question, I would say, because everybody is caring about this question.
Okay.
Um, from my point of view, it depends on what type of job you are looking for.
Okay.
Let's say different job. For the first one, developer, for sure the coding skills matters the most. So
Yes.
everybody is practicing code in LeetCode and whatever other coding website you're practicing. But this is one key point.
Okay.
So as long as you have that skills, you also need to fit in their culture as well.
Okay.
So I know one person who are applying for trading company in New York. He's absolutely fantastic because he got all the like all the positive review for every person interview him. It's more than 10. So all the people from the company said yes.
Okay. That's great.
The last part. Last part is get a drink.
Last. Okay.
Get a drink. Yeah,
Okay.
we always drink outside. Not, I mean, you have to drink a lot, but how are you gonna, what you're gonna talk, like how you communicate with each other, whether you fit into this company's culture. This is gonna be more important for small companies, I would say.
Okay. Okay. Now
Especially
I get it.
very pay attention to this. So although everything is yes, you probably felt the culture fit part. It's one of the very important thing because for small companies like you probably only have 10 or maximum 100 people in that company, right? You always work with, you're trying to find your own coworker. So for sure, they want to find someone they can communicate with, or
Yes.
or even a good friend, right? So that's one of the, that's another important thing. And definitely you need to do some background search for the company. So whether you're really noticing the company, you are
Mm-hmm.
really showed your interest. That's one of the important things as well. You really like the company. So for developer, I think it's it can be hard, it can be easy. And for master students, they might more focus, like graduate students, they might more focus on the paper you published as well. So they would
Okay.
like to see whether you're published in some good conferences, good journals. This is one of the key points they're gonna look at. So
Okay.
that's for yes. So it's very technical, I would say, for engineering and science students. But if you are really interested in like consulting job or other analyst job, like in investment banking and stuff, I would say the communication skills becomes way more important. And also you have to have good problem solving, some case interview experience as well. This needs a lot of practice as well. So it's
Mm-hmm.
more practicing case by case, and practicing with people instead of with the computer. Um, that's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
means like, yeah, a proper balance has to be made between, projects, codings, and you also have to focus on which type of job you want to target. If you want to
yes,
target for software developing, then your data structure should be, at the forte. If you want to go for a data science intern, then you're, the NLP part, let's say the all the terminology, you should be familiar with that. So it all depends on your final role, that what do you
exactly,
want to do. Sure.
exactly, exactly.
No, that works. Seriously, like that answer will like that will answer most of my questions, okay, because some of the other question was relating to this, that what should I prepare now, because in this situation what is happening is students have deferred their admission to Jan intake, but for the span, like for the span of the, let's say this 6 months, because they were about to join in September, now they will be joining in January. So what to do in this 6 months so that it might be beneficial when they arrive in Canada, or when they're searching for jobs. So they were looking for appropriate skills. And I think this might answer it, that, this will all depend on your end goal. Like, where do you want to go? So yeah, that's great.
For the
Um,
6 months, I would recommend you either doing your intern or just taking some courses online.
yeah, means like the certified course, like on the Udemy, Udacity, or anything, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
It helps. It helps. It won't be the same courses as universities. University course gonna be way more expensive, but it's
Hmm.
good to grab some background ahead to make your life a bit
It always
easier.
helps.
Yeah, it always helps. Exactly. Sounds good.
Yeah, sure, Lulan. That's it. I think you have answered all the questions. And any tip that you would like to give for all the students who are willing to get accepted there?
Uh, you mean the school applicants?
Yes, all the applicants who might think of, uh, applying.
Yes. I would say um, practice your English. That's
Okay.
one of the important thing as well, because this not just for getting into the university, also for you understand your course lecture, and also later on for your exploring your network, because network is I would say it's very important, because you don't want to fail the first step of your job seeking, right? The resume is declined already, so it's always
Yes.
good if you have the network. You can definitely guarantee you, let's say the HR gonna read through your resume and pass you to the next round. And also have network, have more opportunities. You're meeting more friends. Everybody are willing to help. So don't be afraid to ask for help. You can imagine, like,
Yes.
ask someone whether you would like to ask for help if you need help. People probably think, no, I'm shy to ask. But if you ask them, like, whether you're willing to give help, everybody probably say yes,
Everybody will help. Yes.
help.
You just
So
need to think of in the opposite direction. That
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. And the last advice I would be like, always trust yourself a bit more.
Okay.
Uh, I want to think like, maybe people always think like there's so many good candidates, so many outstanding students, but always trust yourself, because you're one of the outstanding students as well. You always have your own shining part. So be confident. This is one of the key personality, let's say professor or employees, everyone wants to are looking for. So
Hmm.
be confident as well.
Sure. I think our viewers might have many key points to take away. So that's it. Thank
Yeah,
you so much, Lulan, for having uh, for sparing your time and joining in this call. So thank you so much.
you're welcome.
And
Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it really useful and got some takeaways from it. So till then, I will attach my LinkedIn URL in the description. You can connect me with you can connect me on LinkedIn as well. That's it. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Have a great day. Bye bye.